Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the LPRT semifinal. Take your seats. Those about to be
Racquetball crown, US Open champion.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Super Saturday. It's semi-final day. This semi-final match is being played under the sanctioning authority of the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour with the commissioner, DJ Longoria, overseeing the action courtside, and Carla Munoz as referee. Are you ready for some great racquetball action? Let's meet the competitor. She seems to be on the verge of a real breakout. Having never before reached the quarterfinals, she stepped off at the San Luis Potosí stop last season to score a semifinal finish. She recently repeated at the same profile this season. Now she's in the semifinals once again, but this time it's at the biggest racquetball event of the year, the US Open. Ladies and gentlemen, please greet the player from Guatemala City, Guatemala, who's ranked as the number 13 player in the world, Martinez.
My name is Baghurst, and I'm joined by
Maurice Miller,
who is here with me to watch this women's semifinal between Gabriela Martinez and Paola Longoria. Martinez from Guatemala, Longoria from Mexico, and the defending champion. She's looking to advance to yet another final. Of course, these two met this summer at the World Championships, and it was a hotly tested matchup.
Absolutely.
This time, it was Martinez who won in a tiebreaker. So, Maurice, what can we expect in this match?
To me, I expect to see a very competitive matchup. I believe from the experience of them playing together, they're going to have a little bit of change in tactics. We'll see if Gabby can keep up her hot streak from the last time they played, and let's see if Paola's able to adjust through there. Paola's been playing fairly dominant, and Gabby has been too, so I expect an exciting match. I know all the players do too. How about you?
Well, these two players have played each other quite a few times in the last couple years, and it's always a difficult one to predict. Martinez got that win this summer, and I think that was big for her. It gave her the confidence that I can beat this world #1.
True.
And so let's see if that continues in the big moment. She loves the big stage.
Absolutely. As you saw, she scored one quick point yesterday when Paola was playing the tie. She limited her unforced errors a lot. There's another quick point by Gabby.
And look how she took that early. Didn't let it go to the back wall, just attacked it.
Absolutely.
Confidence.
Trying to keep Paola off balance as much as she can.
Falling to the floor that time, Martinez. Longoria with her first side out. Let's see if she can get going. Typically hits a drive serve over to the backhand and then slides in one to the forehand. Let's see if she makes any changes from this summer.
Alrighty. Thanks for everybody for tuning in the video. If you could, like it, share it, so everybody could watch this exciting matchup.
Wow, a little matrix move, as
Absolutely.
TJ would say.
Yeah.
Getting out of the way. She coined that phrase yesterday for Martinez.
Matrix move?
The
That's
matrix
awesome.
move.
Both players putting in a lot of work in the offseason to prepare for the tournaments and for this. Gabby puts it on social media quite a bit, so we'll see if that comes into play. Paola ties it up 2-2, looking poised and confident out there also. If you had to give a prediction, Tim, what would you go with?
We don't give predictions as commentators, Maurice. We're not allowed to do that.
Oh, trust me.
Well, Longoria obviously is the favorite, having been here so many times.
True.
She's the #1 seed. But I think this summer was a breaking ground for Martinez, and just knowing that I can compete with this Mexican #1. I think the challenge for Martinez is whether she can play clean and play controlled. Sometimes she's so fast and so aggressive that she can make some mistakes maybe that she shouldn't or doesn't need to make. She goes for a little too much. So if she can play clean, she's going to give Longoria a very tough match this afternoon.
I don't think any player has taken a pinch yet. I think they're trying to stay focused on lines or wides. I mean, the Z serve, but other than that, they're trying to limit their mistakes, as you say.
Well, you saw Martinez went for too much in that situation. Side out, 2 serving 2.
Nice dig. Sets Paola up. Right on cue. I think, like you said, executing the right shot in the situation. As you said, Gabby went a little bit too much for it. Paola had a nice spin since he took it. Executed it well, goes for a quick point.
She made it look easy.
That's true.
That was a tough shot.
That's absolutely true. That's why these women are pros, and I'm happy to be able to watch them.
Maurice Miller, very humble. You've done very well this week. Congratulations
I
on your
appreciate
many
it.
wins.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just try to have fun like we talked about. And that's what racquetball is about for me, is just having fun and making new friends. I'm sitting here talking to the great Tim Baghurst, man.
Oh my gosh, blushing. Point for Martinez with the drive serve to the right side. Martinez typically stands far over to the right, and from that position she goes down the line or cross court. Maurice, it's very difficult to predict or anticipate which way she goes. She's got great deception on that.
Absolutely. She gives a lot of players trouble with that because she's very, like you said, she keeps her body as steady as possible and doesn't show too much of which direction she's going. And then with the deception, she's accurate in it. And so as a player, you have to sit and wait to decide what she's going to do. That's a nice crack serve by Paola. Gets her a good lead, 4-3. Now, as you said before, Tim, they met in the summer. Do you think this court's going to play a factor in the different strategy that they're going to have to employ?
That's a good question. I don't think so. They played in Mexico a few weeks ago and used the glass court. Martinez has been playing professionally for a couple of years now. Not as much, obviously, just because of her living in Guatemala. It's more difficult to get to the tour stops, etc. But one of the things that I think might be interesting is that they're playing to 11.
That's
Whereas
true.
the international, you play to 15. So there's just a little different dynamic.
That's true. I think both players are absolutely respecting each other's games right now.
Well, you could see Martinez anticipating that shot. She lunged forward. It was just too good from Paola Longoria. Of course, the winner will be facing Samantha Salas in the final from Mexico, who defeated Frédéric Lambert from Canada in 3 straight games earlier today.
I unfortunately wasn't able to attend that match because there were people asking me for your autograph, and so I stole it from a photo, and I had to give it out to everybody. But congrats to Samantha. She's put in a lot of work also. Shooting ball. Gabby's going to set up, go down the line.
Punish. You said down the line. She didn't go down the line. She went down the middle, side out, right?
Absolutely, you're right.
Control the middle. You control most of the rallies.
Gabby playing, they're both playing pretty aggressive.
Longoria is typically very calm and controlled. Every now and again, you can hear her talking to herself, encouraging herself. It was a great return. All square at 4-4. First to 11. You've got to win by 2.
I love the win by 2 rule, by the way. I wish they would implement it into the amateur matches also. I think it allow for a little more exciting rallies. I love the 12-10 victories because you can tell both players are giving it their all. Gabby went for
What a get, Martinez.
It's a good shot.
There's
Gabby.
the little fist pump from Longoria.
Absolutely. I think she understands that she can't take Gabby lightly. Gabby went for a splat there and left it up, but with a terrific dig. Absolutely. Anybody watching, if you have any comments or questions for Tim and myself, please let us know. And absolutely like and share the stream for us, okay?
What a shot. Martinez. That's so difficult. She just crushed it.
Absolutely.
Well, Maurice, one of the questions that some have had is Longoria is very successful off the court. She has an agent. She has many sponsors, many obligations. She travels around the world.
Absolutely.
Does that affect her play?
In my opinion, I believe she's been on top a lot, so maybe she's found a way to manage her time more effectively. But I do believe that it's going to affect her being able to put as much time onto the court. But as you see, she's been dominant, as you said, for the past almost decade. And so I would say so, but you are the great rally.
Martinez
skips the setup.
It's where you want to hit 2-3 inches above that floor as opposed to going for the kill. Sometimes though in those rallies you feel that you have to do maybe a little bit more than you're normally accustomed to.
Yeah.
Because the person is returning the ball. So I've got to kill it, and then you make the mistake.
Absolutely. If anybody here is listening to the stream, take down these notes Tim is giving out. And these are some quality tips, guys. I mean, I am so glad I get to sit here and listen to this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I should have put you in my corner with my team this past weekend.
Well, I have no words. What can I say? Martinez, very passionate, plays very, very hard, gives everything in every match. Love the intensity that she plays with. She's not going to be overawed by this situation. She's coached by Sudzi Munchik, who sits in the back. Longoria by Fran Davis, also watching on. Players do get timeouts. 5 serving 5.
So goes with the lob, with the backhand.
This time it's Longoria who's going to take a timeout. That's her first. We're going to take a short break. They get 45 seconds, and we'll be back with you. It's 5 serving 5. And we're back, everybody. 5 serving 5. Longoria took the timeout. Let's see if it helps.
Longoria with the setup.
Oh my goodness, Martinez flings her body. Not able to get it.
Absolutely.
3-shot rally, exactly what Longoria wanted.
I think that taking that timeout got her to analyze the situation, and she's able to come in and execute it. Fran Davis is a well-known and respected coach who coaches Longoria. Great hit, great shot, good rally going on. Sets up.
Martinez picking on the backhand side. Longoria, she's known for her defense, for the willingness to just stay in the rally, go to the ceiling. The mistake from Martinez.
Absolutely. Martinez was absolutely controlling that rally, but Longoria putting up, as you said, great defense, and she commits the unforced error because she had to keep shooting that next shot. And Vincent, to answer your question, Gabby's been playing on the tour on and off for about 2 years or so. But as you see, every time she makes a draw, she can make a splash, and she's dangerous. She's a very, very good player.
Tough serve from Longoria. Now it's 8 serving 5, so 3 points in a row after that timeout highlights the value of having timeouts and being willing to use them. I know some players, they don't believe in using them. They won't use them.
Wow.
Here's an example of why you can or should.
What do you think if you're in a player in Gabby's situation, down 3 points, 3 points your opponent has to do? What do you think a player should tell themselves in this situation?
Timeout. Seriously, you
That's
just
true.
lost 3 rallies.
Yeah,
You were competing very close. Now make that 4.
absolutely.
You've got 2 timeouts. It's only a game to 11. And instead of 5-5, we're now at 9 serving 5.
Now she takes the timeout, but
Well, while Martinez takes a timeout, we'll take a quick one ourselves, and we'll be back with you very shortly. Serving 5 is the scoreline. It was Martinez who took the timeout. Let's see if it helps her, Maurice.
see. Both, as you called it, both players, after taking timeouts, were able to get back in the box.
Should mention our official for this match, Carla Munoz, a player herself on the professional tour. There are 2 line judges, Bear from Canada and Riveros from Colombia. They were also competing in this division. There's an example of that appeal system. Both line judges agree, so call stands. Player loses that appeal.
Longoria cuts the ball off. I think that's the first time she's cut that serve off this game, and she's able to get herself back into the box. Another way to try and keep Gabby off balance and keep her guessing.
What a get from Martinez. And skips it.
Yep, she tried to go for it. She was a little off balance.
Well, we mentioned the fact that she plays very aggressively.
That's true.
And sometimes she doesn't need to. And even in the World Championships, she had a serious elbow injury the day before in the doubles.
Yep.
Many people thought that she wasn't going to be able to play in the final.
Yep.
She was in hospital getting X-rays. I mean, it was a big deal. She came in, it was all bandaged, and in some ways I felt like it helped her because she couldn't play as aggressively as she normally does, and it allowed her to play a little bit smarter, perhaps.
That's true. All right, Longoria takes the first game, 11-5. We'll be back shortly. Thanks for tuning in.
I feel like the racket belongs to my hand. It's just something natural, I think.
Not affecting her. She's doing such a great job.
Reaching the Dream Foundation helped me a lot to get to other places and other tournaments and get more experience.
Welcome back, everybody. Tim Backhurst joined by Maurice Miller
Hello.
for this ladies professional racquetball tour stop at the U.S. Open. It's the women's semifinal between Longoria, who's in the front of the court, and Martinez in the back. Mexico versus Guatemala. Winner will be facing Samantha Salas tomorrow in the final. Longoria took the first 11-5. Let's see what Martinez can do to respond. Not the start she wanted.
Not at all. She got the skip. What do you think? You think there's going to be a change in tactics by Longoria, even though she won the first game? Or do you think she's going to try and stick to the game plan? Ooh,
well, as the expression goes, Maurice, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Absolutely.
And so if you're Fran Davis, why would you fiddle with something where you really won the first game fairly comfortably?
Absolutely.
Let's not forget, she took the timeout at 5-5 and then won 6 points in a row to 0, really, against Martinez. Look at that fist pump from Longoria. This is important for her, and I think winning game 1 gave her a lot of confidence.
Yeah. I think she's understanding she can take that extra breath and just play easier. But to me, I think she's putting Gabby in positions where she's not as comfortable in order to play defense and executing a shot, making it harder.
Short serve called. Longoria thinks about an appeal, elects not to. Should be a replay. I'm surprised the play didn't stop. Now we'll see an appeal, I'm sure.
Will Gabby appeal?
Wow, one disagreed, one agreed, so call stands.
Call stands.
I'm not
appeal.
sure. It looked like she was definitely hindered in the middle of that rally.
I agree with you. I think she was hindered and she showed that she could get the ball, and so you should stop, play, and replay it. Gabby, known for her retrieval and hustle, she doesn't give up on any shot, but I think a little upset at that call. She takes a timeout to consult her coach about it.
Well, when we look at this scoreline, 5 serving 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that.
Yep.
It's all Longoria right now. We'll be back after a short break. And we're back, everybody. 5 serving 0. Timeout taken by Martinez. Maurice, if you're Sutzi Munchik coaching Gabby Martinez, what kind of advice do you give in this situation? What have you seen? What needs to change?
I would say play 1 point at a time. Yes, you're down 5-0, but the game is to 11 for a reason. It doesn't matter who your opponent is. They're human just like you. I think stick to your lines and you have to keep Longoria out the middle of the court and force her to shoot deep. But keep playing. As you see, she got the error, and hopefully now she's able to capitalize on it. That's what I would tell her, because that seemed to be working in the beginning game. And stay aggressive, but don't go for too much with your off balance.
Great return. Longoria was waiting for that one, it seemed.
Longoria's way too comfortable on that.
One of the things that Longoria's done in this match that I haven't seen her do very often is hit a jam serve, and it's worked a couple times against Martinez.
Okay.
It goes to show that even when you're extremely experienced like these players, you can still get better. You can still add new things to your game and never stop learning.
That's true. I think as a player you have to adapt and keep going, but Gabby with another unforced error there puts Longoria up 6-0.
gonna get Martinez. Great serve.
Another unforced error. I think you mentioned earlier just raising that ball a couple inches up. You know, these won't be unforced errors, but even if you don't win the point, at least you're still in the rally and you force Longoria to hit another shot.
Do you think some of this is mental in that it's a big moment? You've got the music coming on, you've got the lights, you're in the big show. Maybe you're just trying to hit it too hard or be too good.
Yeah, especially like you said, it was 5-5, and Longoria, as of right now, has scored. That would be the 14th straight point since that timeout. Gabby, like I said, shake off all the unforced errors. You can't take them back, and just go for the next shot.
Martinez takes a deep breath in the back of the court, talking to herself, taps her head with the racket. What a serve from Longoria. Wow.
Longoria got her
perfect.
Longoria right now is just looking comfortable and just focused and cool. She's not taking her foot off the gas, which some players tend to do, but it's the reason why she's at the top of her game right now.
Really aggressive, taking that early. Beautiful backhand pinch winner. She's talking to herself also in the front of the court. There's a reason that she is #1. There's a reason why she is the defending champion, and she's showing it right now.
Absolutely. Sets up for a drive serve again. Everybody be sure to like and share this video so that everybody can catch this wonderful match and they can listen to the great Tim Baghurst and Maurice on the live stream.
Classic racquetball, right? Forcing a poor response from your opponent and then putting the ball away. So Longoria just races away with game #2, 11-0.
All right, we'll come out in this one and we'll talk the next game and see. We're going to talk and see some strategies and see what you would say, Tim. Thanks, everybody.
We're back for game #3, everybody. Tim Baghurst, joined by Atlanta legend Maurice Miller. Martinez serving. She's down 2-0. Flinging her body once again onto the court, but it's just too good from the Mexican world #1.
All right, Tim. You know, the player just lost 0. Obviously, what would you tell the player to change the game plan, or what would you tell the person?
Replay is the call. We'll just see if Longoria elects to appeal. She doesn't. I mean, we talked about this in game #2. Martinez really going for maybe too much. Trying to hit the beautiful winners, the pinches. Just hit a solid down the line. Make Longoria move to the back, play defense until you get a better opportunity in the middle of the court.
Absolutely.
Win or lose by playing smart racquetball.
Yep.
If you don't win by playing smart racquetball, then you have to get better and figure out where you need to get better.
Yep.
But if you're playing defense the entire match because you're setting up your opponent, then you never really get a chance to showcase your skills and the way you can play.
Absolutely. Follow up. 1-0 sets up for another drive. Short serve called. We were posed the question, Tim. Do you think the women should shift to the 15 points or stick to the 11?
And this is a valid question because the LPRT are now the only ones who do play to 11.
Absolutely.
Well, let's finish this point. That's better from Martinez.
Great shot.
Took her shot in the middle of the court, Longoria deep.
Gets her back into the box. Let's see if she's able to score a point or two in the box or maybe run the match off.
Let's answer your question during
Yes,
a break, a timeout. Oh my goodness, Martinez again. So willing to sacrifice her body. It's impressive. At the same time, it scares me a little bit.
Really?
When she really flings herself at the ball.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So close to the wall. She got injured in the World Championships, as we already mentioned. But so aggressive, so willing to really go for it. And as fans, we love to see that commitment.
Another skip by Gabby puts Longoria up 2-0. Point called by the referee. Gabby appeals. We got one line judge agreed, another line judge disagreed. It's called point. 3-0.
There's a beautiful soft touch from Martinez. Took the power out of it. Shows she has some great hands. Let's see if that gives her some momentum. She's down 0-3. Remember, it was 5-5 in game one since she last won a point.
Absolutely. Paula is playing very comfortable right now. Let's see if Gabby can change that.
Just another mistake.
Another mistake.
I mean, they're free points for Longoria.
Absolutely.
It was a good serve. She had an opportunity off the back wall. Instead, she finds herself, again, 3-0 down in the third game.
Yep. Side out.
Martinez needs points. One of the things I do enjoy watching about Longoria is her footwork. She moves her feet really well to get into position. So for those of you watching, spend a rally or two just to watch her feet and how she moves around the court.
Absolutely. Second serve goes with the line.
Great serve, Martinez. Finally puts one down. Earns the first point of this third game for her. 1-3. Smart cross-court pass from Longoria. Didn't go for too much, just put it into the back corner.
Absolutely. Do you think, even though the women have played on the court so many times, as you said, the pressure of this event being the U.S. Open, and then the opponent that you're with, I think that still plays a factor into it, or do you think they've pretty much well adjusted to it?
It's definitely a factor, and you know, the commissioner, TJ, was talking yesterday just about players can win pro stops.
Yeah.
But this is the U.S. Open. This is the big show. So there's definitely more pressure here for these players. I think for Martinez, one of the challenges is because she doesn't play on the tour full time, her seeding is much lower. And so she has to play a tougher draw, on paper anyway, to get to this stage.
Absolutely. Oh, great rally here by both players. We've seen both players dive.
Oh my goodness, what's the call? I think a replay was the call. It might be worth an appeal.
Replay, Longoria looks back, elects not to appeal.
Would you?
Absolutely.
I would too. The fans around us watching on agree. Hope you're enjoying this coverage and continue to share it. Great entertainment between these. Oh, we do have an appeal. Wow, one agrees, one disagrees. Just a replay, says Carla Munoz, the head official for this match.
Another point there by Gabby, puts her up 2-3. Do you think there should be a time limit, though, between appeals? Because Longoria looked back and then went to go set up the serve.
It's a great question. I don't believe there's anything in the rule book about that time. You know, as long as it's before the next serve, you can do it. But I agree, you know, it helps speed up the match.
Absolutely.
And maybe players are using it as a mini timeout, as sometimes happens. A wet spot on the floor. Well, going back to that 15 games to 15
Yes,
or
sir.
11, that's something they discussed in the offseason of whether to go to 15. And the players decided they wanted to stay at 11.
Okay.
So that's the decision made. And TJ mentioned that it's always important every year to reevaluate the season. What can we change? How can we make it better for the players and the fans and the sponsors? So it's great to see that they're still talking about these things, trying to make this the most entertaining it can be.
Absolutely.
Wow, there's a great shot from Martinez. You heard her, vamos. Let's see if that gets her going, gives her some momentum. 2 serving 3. Excuse me, 3-3.
3-3 ties it up. You feel the momentum shifting a little bit, maybe. It's not.
It's 3 points in a row. It's what she needed. She needed to start believing she could fight back in this, and she is. That's just clean hitting from Longoria.
Longoria staying cool and comfortable. Gabby talking to herself in their back, firing herself up. Her body language has definitely changed from game 2. Like you said, starting to believe in herself.
Well, Maurice, usually we don't get this angle. We're looking from the front. So we're able to see what the players are saying to themselves and as they move forward to serve. And Longoria right there is just chattering away to herself after she won that point. She knows how important this is. She wants to close this out in 3.
Longoria doing a great job trying to move Gabby around the court. Scores her a quick point. Gabby wants Martinez once again flinging her body on the floor because she's not going to give up on a point.
Maurice, we should mention as well, this is a pink ball, the Pro Pen pink, and it's, I believe, the second tournament where the LPRT have used this ball. So there's also some adjustment to that as well. The bounce will be different to the previous ball used.
Unforced error by Gabby.
Might want to take a timeout here. 6-3, you're 5 points away from defeat. Every time she's taken a timeout, she's won the rally afterwards.
Yep.
Let's regroup.
Short serve called. Longoria setting up for her serve. Unforced error there by Longoria. Gabby talking to herself. Firing herself up. Both players are obviously very terrific players. This has been an entertaining match to watch, regardless of what the score is. Great athleticism on display. Unforced error. Gabby looks back to appeal if the Longoria get was legal or not. Elects not to appeal.
Six serving 3. Longoria serving. Rarely see Longoria this animated. It's interesting. It's obviously, you can tell it means so much to her.
Absolutely.
Interesting change up for Longoria. Replay will be called. Longoria doesn't like it. We'll have an appeal. Shake of her head. Let's see what the call is. Both line judges agree. Replay will be the call. And Longoria loses one of her appeals.
Replay 6-3, sets up again for the drive serve.
She's been serving very well in this match, Longoria. I feel like on those, she's going for that crack just past the short line.
Absolutely. A high neck deep.
Great pickup, Martinez. But Longoria, oh my gosh, what a great get again. Not that time. Longoria kept her cool. Terrific defense from Martinez, and sometimes you maybe want to try to do too much because, oh my gosh,
Yep.
Can they just stop it?
Absolutely.
And she kept her cool, shows why she's world #1, puts it away. Ace serve from Longoria. What a serve. 7. Timeout from Martinez. 8-3 is the call. 3 points away from this semifinal win, Longoria. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back to see if she can close it out. We're back. 8-3 is the score. Longoria 3 points away from the final.
Good serve, good get by Gabby. Paula sets up, hits it away from her.
Really, again, we just talked about Longoria's serving. That was a great serve.
Yep.
Martinez did well to pop it to the ceiling, but it was just too good. 3-shot rally, exactly what Longoria needed.
Absolutely. And with it being, you know, best 3 out of 5, you want to really do try to conserve your energy as much as possible. So just in case it does go that long, you're still able to have enough in the tank.
Well, we should also mention the women's doubles final, in which Longoria and Salas will be taking on Mexican teammates Mejia and Herrera.
Yep.
They were all at the World Championships this summer, and now they'll be facing off in a rematch of the Mexican National Championships. Herrera and Mejia won 11-10 in the tiebreaker. It was an amazing match.
Yep.
So I think Longoria and Salas want to say something about that. Absolutely. But here, what do we have? We have match point number 1, 10 serving 3, Longoria, relying on this terrific drive serve. What a get, Martinez. Oh my goodness, Longoria goes down. I think they're both okay. That's good to see. Looks like Longoria will take a timeout. So in a situation like that, Maurice, we'll just keep it here for a second. The timeout can be an injury timeout in which it's really an official's timeout where they're entitled to time to evaluate the injury, look at treatment, etc., because they came into contact with another player or the wall or the floor. If they are running and pull a hamstring or get cramp, then they must take one of their own timeouts because that is not coming into contact with an object, so to speak. So we're going to take a little break, and we're going to be back once Longoria. Hopefully we'll be back on the court very quickly.
Absolutely.
Welcome back. We have an appeal. So the call was replay, safety hinder. This is a little complicated because two things happened. And so really what happened is Munoz called stop before Longoria fell over.
Yep.
And so she said it was a safety hold up. Then Longoria went down. Longoria says, hold on, I want a penalty hinder.
Absolutely.
That was denied. Here we are, 10 serving 3. That would have been a one way to end. Huh?
That would have been epic.
That would have been epic. Coined by Maurice Miller in 2018. In the semifinals here as Longoria serves at match point number 2. Martinez. Longoria shoots it. Oh, what a get, Martinez. Set up. And Longoria puts it down. Look at the fist pump from her. She was in complete control of this match. Maurice, 5-5. It was back and forth in game 1. And then Longoria just took it away, winning the second 11-0 and the third 11-3. Your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I think that timeout Longoria took in the beginning absolutely shifted her momentum forward. It's a great match. I love it. Thank you all for tuning in to us. If you could share the video, and we'll love to see it again. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
And welcome back, everybody. Tim Baghurst. You just witnessed the women's semifinal. Longoria advancing to the final to face the Mexican Samantha Salas. They will be also playing in doubles later this evening, so we hope you stick around for that. There's going to be a men's semifinal first. Of course, we will be online. We'll be streaming once we know when that men's match finishes. So hope you stick around with us. We got a great doubles final coming up between two teams that fought each other very hard in the Mexican National Championships. It came down to an 11-10 tiebreaker win for Mejia and Herrera, and so we can expect to see Longoria and Salas, who've played together for so many years. They're going to be out for maybe a little payback, I think it might be said.
Can I have Amani Valentine to the stadium court?
Well,
Amani Valentine to the stadium court, please.
all right, stop. All right, well, thanks so much for joining us, Maurice. We'll be back later, but until now, thanks for watching.